Tell me about Kanye. He always says that he had eyes for you and he loved you, but the timing was off. When was your moment? If he always was waiting for his window, and when was your aha moment, or was it a gradual moment?
I was always attracted to him. I was always...
Physically, or more the
Both.
The mad genius inside?
Both. But when I first met him, we worked on a project together, and there was definitely a spark, but we were in other relationships, and we kept our distance, and that was really that. I mean...
Was it a music video or some kind of...
No, it was this pilot that him and Jimmy Kimmel were doing that didn't come to fruition. But,
somewhere there's a tape. Somewhere this is
yes.
interesting.
I think it's been out before, like the clips of it or something.
And then later, he and Kimmel had a small beef, and he showed up on the show. That's interesting how it all comes full circle.
Yeah. And we stayed in touch here and there. And then when he wasn't in relationships, you know, it just, our timing would always not really coincide. And then when I think it was 6 months after I was newly single in like 2012, I was like, why not? Why, like, what am I waiting for?
Did he come after you? Did he pursue you, or did you call him and say,
I called him.
It's now, bro. Make a move.
Yeah, well, I called him because I'm sure it was really, you know, hurtful that I got married. And even though, you know, him and I, it's not like we communicated all the time, but so I knew what he was thinking. So I thought he was going to call me as soon as he knew that I was single again.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And so I called him and I said, hello, I thought you were at least going to call me and, you know, say I told you so, something. Then he invited me to a fashion show of his in Paris, and I went. And then...
But you knew you were going...
Then the magic happened,
yeah.
But then we both were like, I was like, okay, is this going to be it? And then in my head, I was like, you know what, screw it. Like, this is probably what I've been waiting for. It's been in front of my face.
Did you hold him at bay for a little while, or did he just come crashing in?
No, I mean, I think he was also cautious, like, you know, I've expressed myself for you and it didn't work out and you got married and, you know, so I think he needed to make sure that I was sure, so he wasn't. I think it was more me pursuing him, like, I know I am ready. I promise I'm ready now.
My wife has given me the hook on the dance floor a few times, expression, but he has some epic monologues. Sometimes Kanye gets on a roll and he is just going and he is saying stuff. Have you ever, or how often, felt the urge to be like, okay, come on back, come back. What are you talking about?
I completely do understand when he's talking about something that he's really passionate about, because it's not like he just, you know, just goes on a tangent talking about it. It's stuff that we've talked about at home and in conversations with our friends and hanging out for so long that I completely know what he's talking about.
He has unfiltered moments.
Yes.
Uncensored, unfiltered,
and I love that about him. I mean, I definitely, there's times when we're together when we both say, okay, we kind of need to have a signal for each other when, you know, if we're together, when to just, you know, cool it a little bit. But, you know, I think that's who he is, and he loves to express himself, and he's always been like that. And you know.
Your personality might mix well, right? I mean, it's like he's fire and you're ice or something like that, where you're calm.
We definitely
and you never get too riled up, and he maybe is the energy.
Yeah, I mean, he's super confident, and I think in my career and in life, he's given me so much confidence. I handle things differently, like in business. Like, I go into something where before I might have been a little bit timid and I'm a little bit, you know, calmer, and I go in like, no, guys, this is what I want, and this is exactly, even with my video game, it was really, I wanted to kind of take a back seat for a little bit and not be associated with so many projects. And he was like, you have to do this. Like, video games are so cool. He wanted to get into music because he wanted to do music for video games. And so he was like, trust me, this is going to be so cool, but you have to make sure you're involved with your image. And you have to just take over and spend so much time on your video game character and the look of it, because that's what's really important to you. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. I just had the baby. I was like, I don't know if I really want to work that much. And he, you know, really talked me into that. And it was the best thing that I ever did.